did already do a mic check? Yeah, okay. All right. On June 29th at approximately 1 p.m., Kootenai County was touched by evil, tragedy, and heroism. This was a premeditated ambush, a pure act of evil against the people we look to for help. The suspect chose an area heavily treed, heavily brushed, and he had high ground advantage. This investigation is active and in its early stage. Some components of this investigation are not yet complete or still unknown. Some scene details will not be discussed. Period. Our hearts are with the families who will be forever changed by this horrific act of violence. On June 29th at approximately 1 p.m., the suspect committed arson by lighting a series of fires to initiate a response from local fire departments. We know this based on evidence at the scene. We know this, he had gas in his possession, he had small compact lighters, and he had a flint fire starter, and additional evidence to be discussed later. At approximately 1:24 p.m., the Sheriff's Office received a 911 call regarding a fire on Canfield Mountain. The caller was not the suspect, so we've determined that there are two separate individuals. At approximately 1:40 p.m., firefighters asked the suspect to move his truck. The contact is being described as confrontational. At approximately 1:50 p.m., the suspect, who had lied in wait, intentionally attempted to murder Dave Tisdale, a firefighter for the Coeur Fire Department. Within milliseconds, the suspect, who had lied in wait, intentionally murdered Frank Harwood, a firefighter for the Kootenai County Fire and Rescue, and John Morrison, a firefighter with the Coeur City Fire Department. Those firefighters died instantly and simultaneously. Those firefighters died instantly and simultaneously. At approximately 2:01 p.m., a firefighter from the Northern Lakes Fire Department broadcasted that the location was an active shooter scene and that everybody is shot up here. At this point in time, we're going to show a video that we have put together, and then we will hold any questions till the end.
What's the address of your emergency?
I couldn't tell you. I have to look at my phone, but I'm on the mountain bike trail at Canfield Mountain. I'm coming down, and there's fire that's getting pretty hot and pretty. Okay.
Okay.
Central BC5. BC5 upstate. Central law enforcement right now, there's an active shooter zone. They're shot. That's BC3's down, BC1's down. Everybody shot up here. Law enforcement, code 3 now up here. Shots fired.
Copy, shots fired.
Central 2333.
2333.
Yeah. We have 2 witnesses, 1 evacuated, 1 arrest, breaking. 2 breaking, nearly here. 1 unknown, entry from the hill. However, firefighters don't have accountability. Lead back, after the war zone. Line, maybe ambulance where the patrol cars are. Paulman, do you want to go? Backpack, let's push down 100 yards to get the ambulance to you. Brian, front. Brian. We're going to get the Bearcat down to the S-Sheriff. I don't want to push you too far away from us. Can you have a bus? Need deputization. Alright, the bus right now backed up, ready to travel. Do you want it closer? Yes, it's closer all the way to Bearcat. Copy, we'll move them closer. Do you have a deputy down? 2 wildland firefighters. One's clear of paralyzed, gunshot wound. The other one's green. 2 fatals up at the trail end. They're still in the vehicles. Confirm Frank. Frank, everybody with Rocky. It's going to get a 360. I reckon.
Confirm Frank is fatality. Confirm Frank is fatality.
Break. Hey, for situational awareness, male has a high-powered rifle. He shot at us once while we were extracting the medic. Break. Shot us again while we were down, transferring him to a patrol car. Break. We have an unknown. If there's a 5th medic up there that's down, we don't know. We don't believe he's up there, but we're not positive.
Shots fired.
There will be a dead body in this, so just be forewarned.
Sheriff, is this the drone?
Yes. drawings were found in his apartment. It's on Sherman Avenue in the city of Coeur. Can you pause it right there, Mark? There are many of us that when we interpret this particular drawing, this is fairly an accurate depiction of that parking lot in Canfield Mountain. We see that we have a mountainside here. We see a parking lot area here. He's got kill, kill, kill. He's got what appears to be a shotgun here with blasts coming out of the barrel here. There appear to be figures here with a head, arms, legs, same. And kill the fat landscaper. Apparently he had a employee performance issue with a previous employer, and we believe that this is where that comes from, is kill the fat landscaper. And the owner of the company had admonished him regarding his performance in the past. Can you pause it there? So this is a fairly accurate depiction. Well, we interpret this here as he's got himself as the figure, and then he puts the pump shotgun butt on the ground, the barrel here, and he pulls the trigger, and you see even his free hand on the pump and on the slide, and the other one in the trigger area.
Sheriff, where were the drawings found?
In his apartment on Sherman Avenue in the city of Coeur. Many of these are still being analyzed, so we're still in the process. It's been 3 weeks since this event occurred. An Instagram post. The suspect was not born in Russia. He was born in California. He had incomplete processes to join the military. And as we previously stated, we have 5 local contacts with law enforcement here. All very, very minor in nature.
Point of order, Sheriff. Are we going to have access to these screenshots after the fact?
They will be available at some point, I guess.
Not today, though.
I'm not sure yet. We're still waiting for.
I'm only asking because of the brief time that we have to see them.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Pause it right here. This was a letter that was found in his truck. I'll read it to you. It says, "Hello, Father. I write this to you in a concerned effort that you may read this in utmost sincerity. Tomorrow I shall go into battle. If I survive it, would be with utmost dishonor. I bid thee farewell. I hope that you shall live to the fullest extent as you have thus far. I beg that you do not fall into this traps of modern existence with media and other false pleasantries that have plagued the minds of individuals today. Propaganda of sorts. You are an upstanding individual, and I wish you the best." That was found in his vehicle. That was at the scene that we had pushed over because in a ravine because we did not want him to We didn't know how many suspects there were. We didn't want them to circle back and get into the vehicle. Like I said, those images are still being analyzed. However, part of my philosophy is very transparent. When I know something, you'll know something. We believe that there's still some parts of this investigation that remain unknown. We are still waiting, or if the investigators, as of right now, have put a preservation hold on social media accounts. So those take months to obtain. So many of these components we know, some we don't. With that, we'll take some questions. Yes, ma'am.
Lewis from KHQ. Can you tell me, in the slideshow it mentioned that he had contact with CD firefighters in May, had attempted to apply to be a firefighter, but was frustrated? Could you describe that?
Yes. So it's being described to us that the suspect went into a Coeur d'Alene fire station in May of 2025 and inquired to be a firefighter and had the state of mind that he would be able to start that day. He was told there's a process, that you have a written exam and a physical agility and a background investigation and an oral interview. The contact became agitated and frustrated, and it was described to us as he left there in a very, very frustrated and agitated state. Yes, ma'am.
For those of us that might not know, why were higher-ranking firefighters some of the first people on the scene? Is that standard procedure?
Well, I would love, if I didn't come prepared to ask them if they wanted to speak. A firefighter battalion chief, and correct me if I'm wrong, but a battalion chief is equivalent to a lieutenant on a law enforcement agency. So I don't think it's out of protocol for them to go up to be out there to assess, to see how many resources are likely going to be necessary to develop a strategy. And I'm looking at to develop a strategy of how we're going to attack this fire. So I don't think it would be out of the ordinary for battalion chiefs. Would you concur with what I said, or?
Sure.
Okay, so yes.
A couple questions. We saw a brief slide of the shotgun.
Yes.
Was that a pump?
It was a pump shotgun, Maverick Model 88.
And then the progression, you said that Dave Tisdale, was he shot first?
He was shot first.
Was he outside the vehicle, inside?
He was outside of a vehicle.
Was there any reaction that we know of?
The only thing that we can surmise, and this is based on the evidences at the scene, is that Tisdale was on the passenger side of Coeur d'Alene Fire Battalion Chief's vehicle, on the passenger side, between the extra cab area and where the bed starts.
Between the what?
The extra cab area.
Oh, extra
okay,
cab.
so you had an extra cab area, and then where the bed starts, the bed of the truck.
Sure.
So that's where he was found.
And Frank and John were inside the vehicle. Was it believed that they were shot from the external of the vehicle?
Yes, and Frank was in the passenger side, and John was on the driver's side.
Were they shot through the windshield, the side door?
The window was down. However, we believe that the shots were so simultaneously that and the location that they died instantly. Yes.
The drawing the suspect did of himself with the shotgun, right?
Yes.
Was that consistent with what you found on the scene?
It is consistent with what we found. Yeah, it's very